the stream up when it just had the picture. And I thought, no, I'm not gonna say anything more. Clearly, I'm wrong here.
I know what we are live now. Actually, by the way, just so you know, we are definitely live.
Oh yeah, we are live now. Yeah.
There we go. There's us. Sorry about that. Yes, it is live. We have. It is gone 8 o'clock. It is Saturday night. It is time for some Doctor Who. We've just done the introductions. That was just done. It's been a whole botch, and it wouldn't be otherwise if it was if it wasn't Saturday night. Guys, yeah. Russell T Davies is returning to Doctor Who. The guy credited with the revival of the series is very much taking over the reins of showrunner as of the 60th anniversary and the subsequent series. Let's get some initial thoughts first. Chris, I'll come to you first. What do you think of Russell T Davies taking up reins again?
Russell T Davies himself, I think he's a brilliant writer. He's got some good ideas. He's got some wacky ideas.
Yes.
And of all the names that could have been put in the hat, I think his was probably best. Myself, Philip Hinchcliffe is still alive, but we won't go there again.
Yeah. I think he's getting a bit long in the tooth now.
That doesn't matter. Yeah, I think it's great that he's come back because let's be honest, his stuff was generally the better stuff of the since the restart in 2005. But and it's a big but. In 2005, the BBC said to Russell T Davies, "Oh, you want to make Doctor Who? Go on then. Whatever.
Do you like? Yeah.
They're not like that anymore." Stephen Moffat found out about that. Chris Chibnall was certainly found out about that because for all the flack Chibnall gets, he's one of the founder members of the Doctor Appreciation Society. So I think his hands have been tied for most of it. And I think Russell T Davies is going to come back. And I don't think he's going to be able to do fart jokes and the stuff he's done before because unless the BBC say to him, you did it before, do it again, we're turning our backs, get on with it.
No, I mean that's a great point actually. You know the actual creative control for the show with the BBC is very much going to be an issue. We'll see how it goes, but I think there's a bit of a difference though actually with Russell T Davies as opposed to the current era, in that I think with the BBC were very much trying or it felt like they were forcing things on people. Whereas I think with Russell T Davies, he was doing things naturally anyway. You know, he didn't. He created the character of Rose and Mickey, and then he brought in John Barrowman as Captain Jack. And at no point anywhere along the line was it a case of we brought this guy in because he's black, or we brought this person in because they're gay. It was just very much a very much more of a natural thing, and it wasn't. He didn't try to draw attention to it. I mean, John Barrowman drew attention to himself. Yeah. Not...
The word you're looking for is well-written characters.
But that's
that's it.
But that's what I mean. With Russell T Davies' writing, it wasn't forced upon people. It didn't feel like they were just trying to do it just to make a point. And I think that the other thing that Russell did very well when he was bringing back the series is that he wasn't afraid to take risks. That he was bringing it out. And look, not every episode Russell T Davies wrote was gold, right? We've still got Love and Monsters. We've still got Fear Her. We've sat through those shows, right? So we still know that he can write stinkers. But at the same time, we're talking about a guy that gave us things like The Impossible Planet, The Satan Pit, Blink, some really golden stuff, Fires of Pompeii, Midnight. I mean, all these shows are really good sci-fi, regardless of being Doctor Who, they're good sci-fi. So that's I think is important to remember there. Lucosa's not a fan of the modern era of Doctor Who, and I can totally understand why. But what are your thoughts on hearing the news that Russell T Davies is going to be taken over from Chris Chibnall, and it's not going to be just for the 60th anniversary; it's going to be for the subsequent series as well.
Well, my thunder has kind of been taken from me because I was going to say pretty much the same thing that Chris said. My honest opinion is I don't think it's going to make any difference because he is going to have the BBC breathing down his neck all the time. Because, yeah, I certainly get what you say about, he wrote some absolutely great stuff. But Chris Chibnall was a great writer. If he wasn't a great writer, he wouldn't have got the job in the first place. Yeah. So I don't think what we're seeing from like what he wrote for Doctor Who is typical of his sort of stuff. That had all the hallmarks of the BBC telling him, you are going to, focus on diversity. You are going to focus on the fact that this character is black and this character is a woman, and to hell with the rest of it. That's all secondary.
Yeah.
So his hands were tied big time, and I think they are going to do exactly the same thing with Russell T Davies.
Do you think though that maybe Russell T Davies got a bit more of pull with him? I mean, do you think that maybe he's got a bit more of a card up his sleeve as a if I walk out, I'm gone and you got no one.
Well, he has to a degree, and especially as of course he's not an unknown quantity. We've had plenty of decent stuff from him before.
Yes.
And I think the BBC may be rather counting that his name being connected with the programme again is going to help with the audience figures. Because let's face it, the audience figures need all the help they can get. I mean,
he's definitely coming with a bit of clout.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not only... Because here's the other thing as well, that I think a lot of people have overlooked, is that it's not just Russell T Davies coming here. It's Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf are working with the BBC. It's Bad Wolf that are going to be in charge, I believe. That's what I understand.
So is that like Phil Collinson and that as well from the original reboot series?
I can't say for sure.
I really thought you were going to say Phil Collins then for a minute. Was he retired from Genesis and taken up writing for Doctor Who, has he?
Yes, he's definitely in the air tonight. No, but I mean, I think it could mean Julie Gardner back producing. It could mean Murray Gold. I mean, nothing against Segan Akinola, for his work on the show, but to be honest with you, I can't whistle anything he's written. Whereas with Murray Gold was very much a theme guy. It's you can definitely crack out a couple of tunes that Murray Gold has written.
I'll tell you what, you say that about Murray Gold.
Mm-hmm.
There was I'm going at a tangent here. Just roll with me, all right?
Yeah.
There was a picture that I was sent once before, and it says, my teacher said you can't hear pictures. Me, Luke Skywalker, 2 sons. Right? There is a picture in Doctor Who that does the same thing, and for that moment I would put Murray Gold up there with John Williams, which I know is big words, but it's that real whistly theme, the Doctor's theme, when like He kisses Rose to take the vortex out of her at the end of Parting of the Ways. That really haunting melody. Yeah. That is a tune I can hear in my head, and that's Murray Gold, and that's the difference.
It's the same sort of thing when the Doctor gets going. When you get that dun 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 dun, dun that music as well. That just sort of it's just synonymous with Matt Smith cracking into action, or he's very thematic in the way he writes. So, and again, I don't want to rub down Segan Akinola, because I think that he's done he's created some interesting sounds.
Well, at least he's a couple of times throughout the last series, he did use the Doctor Who theme for the Doctor doing stuff, which was that was probably the best bit of the last 2 series.
I mean that's what always been one of my biggest gripes. And the fact that he managed to pull that out was great, I thought. But yeah, I mean, the other thing that I think a lot of people have overlooked here is because Russell T Davies is coming back, and because it's Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf, you know what else that includes, don't you? Torchwood.
Yeah, and the
'Cause
Powell
guess who?
Estate and Rose and Jackie Tyler.
No, but I mean, like, the rights to the expanded universe, as it were, is with Russell T Davies. So regardless of whether or not you're gonna like what he does, I the potential there for bringing back more shows, because this is what Russell T Davies was trying to create in the beginning. Was to try to create an ensemble universe that you could do this, that you could do in much the same way that Marvel do the big stuff and then have the big crossovers. That's what Doctor Who or Russell T Davies was trying to create with Doctor Who.
Long before Marvel did it as well.
Yeah, I mean it's still and I still think like the Stolen Earth episode of Doctor Who is one of the best crossovers. It just pulls everybody back in, and I think it was a real feel good moment in Doctor Who. But I mean, guys, like, as for not just having Russell T Davies back for this and having Bad Wolf involved, is it just the BBC or the hang up here? Like,
I think so.
Yeah. Do you think that the BBC are going to be the ones that are going to be inhibiting what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It also hinges on who they cast as the Doctor as well.
I mean,
I'm not so sure about that. The thing is, you look at any drama that the BBC has put out over the past, say, 18 months. To me, they're all identical. Yeah. Because they're all focusing on one thing, and the important stuff is just by the by. And Doctor Who has suffered in exactly the same way as everything else that they've done, as far as drama goes. And the BBC at the moment are so set on that, I don't see it changing.
Do you think that then the BBC I mean, obviously they're not doing this accidentally. Doing it very, very deliberately. And somebody like Piers Wenger, who's the head of BBC Drama, then he's obviously got his own motivations for doing what he's doing. But I mean, where do you see this going? I mean, if all of BBC Drama is heading this way, it's trying to compete with people like Amazon, it's trying to compete with people like Netflix. What is the solution? What would you want them to do to get out of the funk that they're in?
I can't see it. It's almost like they backed themselves into a corner where they can't get out of it. Because if they were to stop with, the direction that they're going in at the moment, the social media backlash, and let's face it, the BBC at the moment seems to be almost obsessed with how it's, how popular it is in social media. The backlash will be so much that they would do a U-turn within like 24 hours. I don't think they can, even if they wanted to, move from this current direction.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing as well is that they are, regardless of whether or not they want to believe it, first of all, I don't know if you want to call the license fee a subscription fee right now, but they are losing viewers. I'm not a BBC viewer anymore. I don't have a license fee. I don't have an aerial. I don't have any live TV, right? I don't do that because they don't make good shows, right? I don't ever watch any BBC product aside from the only time I've ever watched. The last time I watched Doctor Who was the series 12, and that was the end of series 12, and it was after that I pretty much cancelled my license fee. So it was. I haven't even seen anything since. So we're into this sort of era now whereby the BBC, whether they want to admit it or not, they're in competition with other companies, and other companies are smashing them right now. Like people like Netflix. Like Netflix has just announced that they're going to be doing series 5 and 6 of The Crown, and then they're ending it. That's where they've put out that announcement. They're currently in the middle of filming series 5. They're going to film series 6, It's currently the best TV show today. Whether or not you watch it, whether or not you don't, it's neither here nor there. But the Crown is absolutely slamming it. It's taking all the awards. It's just this amazing show that they put in out. Its quality is unbelievable. Its casting is unbelievable. It's just nailing them to the wall. And then you've got somebody like Doctor Who then, or not Doctor Who in general, but I mean like EastEnders, the BBC, what they're putting out, people standing in front of cardboard sets and trying to convince you that it's drama. And then, like, I don't want to shut them down on them trying, because I think one of the best things that we ever got from the Russell T Davies era, the part one, I guess, was the fact that they weren't reliant on big, huge, expensive stuff. That they were telling sci-fi stories that could be told in somebody's garden. They did do that. I think we passed that now, though.
Yeah, exactly. That was down to the quality of the writing to a large extent, and the fact that he was given the freedom to do that. But it's the freedom that I don't think he's going to have this time around.
Well, this is it. I mean, who has who over a barrel?
Yeah.
This is the thing, and I mean, Chris, we're talking about the casting here. I don't know whether or not you would think so, but do you think Russell T Davies might cast somebody he's previously worked with?
Well, they do seem to do that quite a lot. I don't know. I don't remember Russell T Davies ever working with Nicholas Lyndhurst, because I mean, obviously he's got to be the next Doctor.
Oh dear. I mean,
to answer your question seriously, I don't know. I mean, the way there does seem to be that pattern with a lot of programs at the moment. So you had, Jodie had worked with Chris Chibnall on Broadchurch, and friends of David Tennant. Well, I mean, it became Dr. Broadchurch, didn't it? Really, with a lot of the cast members. Russell T Davies had worked with David Tennant on Casanova before, hadn't he? Was that
Did he work with Christopher Eccleston as well before that?
He might well have done.
What was this, like Second Coming or something? It was called.
Yeah, it might have been. I can't remember, but I don't know if anyone had worked with Matt Smith before, because he was quite the unknown, weren't he? But
yeah, he was very unknown.
But he was picked by the BBC anyway. We all know that.
No, he was. Yeah, he was picked by Piers Wenger. Yeah. It was like, this is your Doctor, and off you go. It wasn't. I'm sure Stephen Moffat had a say in Matt Smith's casting, but I don't think he really put up much of a fight. It doesn't matter. I think Matt Smith is highly underrated. But I mean, so where are we with this vibe from the news then? Are you feeling optimistic for Doctor Who's future post Chibnall? Or is this still, wait and see?
It's wait and see. At the moment, they're still banging the nails in the coffin in my mind, mate.
Yeah, Lacosa?
It changes absolutely nothing as far as my opinion of it. I might actually watch some of it though, because when it comes to the Jodie Whittaker era, I can honestly say I think I've watched about 2 minutes.
You lucky thing. I'm being cruel. Jodie Whittaker is tragically let down by the show.
Everyone that acts in it is tragically let down by the show, Colin. The scripts and the stories are awful, and I did really well there.
Yeah, I mean, I still stand by Series 12 is a better show that we've had for a very long time. It is a better season of Doctor Who that we've had for a very long time. But there's something missing from Doctor Who right now, and I think that what's missing from Doctor Who, and has been missing for quite some time, and the last time we had Russell T Davies in charge, and has a sense of fun. I mean, I don't know whether or not you feel the same way, but to me, it wasn't that I was excited to see a Doctor Who episode. It was the fact that I knew that if I was going to watch a Russell T Davies episode, I was going to be, regardless of what was going to happen in the show, how kooky or silly or weird or whatever it was going to be, it was going to take me for a ride. And I remember, because I remember watching some of the episodes from season 11 and sitting down watching and just going, do you know, I'm bored with this. I feel like I'm watching the Phantom Menace. Like it's. And I think that's the comparison. I mean, imagine sitting down, like, I don't know how you feel about it, but my comparison to watching, like, a Star Wars movie, like, if you're watching, the difference between watching Empire Strikes Back and The Phantom Menace is that, you know, one's thrilling and one's not thrilling. And
I think you're being overly harsh on George Lucas now, to be honest with you.
Well, I think it's a pretty good comparison, but I would go with it's like the difference between watching The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, insofar as there is now far too much sentimentality thrown in. And like an episode of Doctor Who, well, if we go back to say the Capaldi era and maybe even back a bit earlier,
yeah,
the episode's over. We got 10 minutes of all this over the top sentimentality and that thrown in at the end, and you just think, just get on with it. It's finished. Roll the credits, and it's too much.
Do you think that they're spending too much time then with the emotions in the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way too much.
I know. I mean, like we're currently going through the Pertwee era right now, and in fact we're going to be doing Death of the Daleks in about 4 minutes. So we'll be ending this stream and then starting up that one. But I mean, yeah, I think that the idea of the Doctor showing up, going on a little adventure, getting back in the TARDIS and leaving is what the show has always been. And I think that they are writing a bit more, I don't want to say wishy-washy stuff, I guess, into it.
Yeah, I'd say that, yeah.
Fluff, I guess.
Yeah.
Fluff in the series. But I think that what can we take away from this news here is that the BBC have definitely backed themselves into a corner with this one, though. I think they have. Because I think that they need a win.
Yeah.
And I think that the next series of Doctor Who, I think people are people already looking past the next season?
Well, I am.
There we are. I mean, obviously, like I said, Jodie is now filming her final episode right now. So I mean, I don't think anybody's really interested now in series 13. Unlucky for some.
No, all they're waiting for now is they know the showrunner. They're waiting to see who's casted the Doctor, and I'll be honest with you. I don't care who they cast. I don't care if it's gay, black, straight, male, female.
Well, they're currently looking for someone who is all of those things.
yeah, they are. But I'm as long as it's written well, and as long as the person playing the Doctor can make you believe they're a Doctor. Now, I know Lucosa's not a fan of Matt Smith, but the thing I liked about Matt Smith, even though he was a really young guy at the time,
yes,
he had a timeless quality that he could emote with his eyes.
Yes,
and that's what made him believable for me. Now, as long as they get an actor,
he was 80 years old walking around.
Yeah. As long as they can get an actor that can do that can play the Doctor, regardless of whether I like him or not, then I'm fine with it. But it is down to the stories, and we need what you say. TARDIS lands out of control, something's gone wrong, Doctor sorts it out, and off they sod. And that is pretty much all I need.
And some good solid sci-fi.
Yeah, good solid sci-fi.
Just again, we've been saying about this for a long time that it was going to be, you know, some of the people that we would like to have seen in control, such as Charlie Brooker and so on. But this is a good. I think this is a good choice right now. I think this is the fix that they need, because it's literally, regardless of whether or not you like the Russell T Davies era or whatever, he is the guy that brought back Doctor Who. He is the guy that put it on the map. He is the guy that took it to superstardom.
And now he needs to bring it back again.
And now he needs, and now the Doctor needs the Doctor. and I think that's what you might get with Russell T Davies. Whether or not the BBC can bend that far to allow him to take over what he needs to take over, and fix what needs to be fixed.
I was thinking along those lines. It's a good choice, but I do wonder if the damage has already been done, and is it going to be enough to fix it?
Well, it's on life support right now, but I think Russell T Davies is coming in and going shouting clear. I think that's where we're at. We'll see where it goes, whether or not the needle will keep going up or whether or not it just flatlines. Right? I mean, this can only go two ways, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this one. We're going to be starting the new stream very, very soon, where we're going to be doing Death of the Daleks. If you want to join us for that, you're welcome to. We're going to have a bit of fun. It's a 4-parter. It's going to be a good laugh. And also, if you don't want to watch that, then you can catch us up on the actual viewing of the episode. And if you don't want to do the watch along, you can skip it and do skip the end where we are doing our review of it. So yeah. So anyway, let's end this, and I shall see you in a bit. Take care.
Ta-da.